Hello and welcome everybody to Mega Rayquaza's Elite Raid Day, as loosely as we can put it in those terms. So we have a handful of things hatching here. 12 o'clock is round one, and then we have one at 1 PM. Most of the stuff is going to be happening later today. We haven't battled Mega Rayquaza since Global Go Fest of last year, and there is a free research with a code to get a meteorite which you need to Mega Evolve it. Now, as we jump in, you can see this thing, obviously, it's top tier in terms of DPS, Dragon type, Flying type, absolutely amazing. What I will say is, over the course of this video, I'm going to express perhaps some of my opinion about what I think in terms of Elite Raids, because the format, it's very old. It stemmed from the EX raids of years gone by, and it's Niantic's way of trying to get people to go out and meet up together. But there are some very fundamental flaws. There are 14 people, 15 people in this raid, but I definitely don't see 15 people dotted around. I see maybe 7 or 8. There are quite a few people from this local squad who have gone to other areas to go and do their Elite Raids. So that's one problem with Elite Raids, is if you have quite a lot of them hatching at various times, because the time slot is random. You get one Elite Raid per Elite Raid gym, and you don't know what time slot it's getting. We've got 2 at 12 here, one in Lammas at 1 PM, and there is a double at 5 and a double at 6 over in Ealing, which is great. Tons of people have gone elsewhere, because there are more of them. We couldn't do that because we've got other bits and pieces to do today. So that automatically creates segregation. We're quite lucky in the fact that there is some air support, shall we say, because you need quite a few people to take down Mega Rayquaza. What I do want to show actually is, thanks Nakeem for posting this in a chat, there's an area in Northolt where almost every gym is an Elite Raid gym. I don't know how that's possible, but here is Mega Rayquaza, and it's the same typing as normal Rayquaza, although I do have 2 tier 3 Megas completed already. We did activate Party Power just to give an extra little boost. Mega Rayquaza is extremely powerful. You can see it's one-shotting absolutely everything. Will we find a shiny one? That is the question, but I think a lot of people's gripe with this, and actually we'll get on to what happened in earlier time zones in a second. This originally, in terms of the calendar, was marked as a save the date raid day, and there's got to be some communication breakdown. We discussed it when it was announced on the podcast. Massive communication breakdown, because the difference between a raid day, 3-hour boosted raid event, versus Elite Raids is absolutely enormous. There's a huge difference between those styles of events, and I think a raid day for this would have been vastly more encouraging for all kinds of players. Honestly, Elite Raids, a very old hat. I'm not a fan of them, particularly since Mega Rayquaza was globally available during Go Fest last year. Mega Rayquaza, number 1 of possibly 7 of this video, done and dusted. That was a really lagged thing. Oh, it gave us a really weird CP, 2375. That's nowhere on the scale of either being, we've got a rare XL candy, and we've won a raid and won an Elite Raid, won a raid. Oh my goodness me. Got the most damage, which is fantastic, but will it be 200 Mega Energy? That's not too bad. A black shiny? Sadly not. 2106, oh dear God, that's bad, because obviously 2191 is your level 20 100%er, and 2739, I believe, is your weather boosted level 25 one in windy weather. A lot of traction has gone onto the short of the Hundo Rayquaza from GoFest 2021. That was my last Hundo Rayquaza, but I have 4 of them in my collection, shall we say. One of them is a Schlundo. It's a level 50'd lucky Shundo Rayquaza, which has already been tier 3 Mega. In fact, we're using that currently to boost the XL candy, boost the attacks if we can. You let me know in the comments below, of course, if you managed to do some Elite Raids. If you did, how successful were they? Did you get a lot of Mega Energy? Was this your first time getting a meteorite to get the Mega Evolution? There we go, it's captured, and it's literally almost the worst you can get. Fabulous. But now, we need to wander over to that one, because they have an hour or 45-minute spawn on them. Okay, beforehand they used to only have half an hour, so Elite Raids have had some tweaks, but not enough in my view. We've got some shade cover for this one, so second Rayquaza, and the fact that there's extended time on the Elite Raids means we should be able to go and get a third at 12. Why is it putting the number really weird? 2382. No idea, that doesn't even comprehend into the scale of what we could be getting. It's not shiny. 2154 is very mediocre. Very best of luck, because if you can get a good Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza is quite simply the most extreme DPS raid attacker in the game, but you do need the meteorite to teach it Dragon Ascent, and that will allow you to Mega Evolve it. It's potentially the only one that requires an item to learn an exclusive move to then be able to Mega Evolve. Everything else doesn't need it. There's the capture, lovely. Counterclockwise excellent is somehow the way to go. 6 XL candy, very nice indeed, and yeah, 12, 14, 13, very poor indeed. There's double Rayquaza timed research, but ends in 6 hours. I did hear online that this research actually despawns before some time zones get their final elite raids. So there's a lot of things that have gone wrong with this elite raid setup for the day. Not in the least that apparently the elite raids didn't spawn for the earliest time zones at all. So apparently there's going to be a makeup compensation thing, but quite frankly it would have been easier for us and easier for Niantic to have done a 3-hour raid day. That's my opinion. And we did indeed make it down to a third one before the 12 o'clock round finishes. So it's going to give us a random number, 24-25. Still took more than half the time to take this one down, even though we had a lobby of 8 with good counters. So still 200 Mega Energy. And what's it going to be? It's not shiny, but it's 2157. 3 CP higher than the last one. So clearly that number that it ticks down to equates to 0. Basically meaningless. And damn, the great throw, not for the win this time. We have our double meteorite to claim, which is great. The fact that there's a free code and it was linked to TikTok on Pokemon Go's account or whatever. But well done everybody who followed them on TikTok. Thank you very much for helping us all out. 1 meteorite claimed, which for me will mean that now I have 4 in my storage, which is lovely. Tick, 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 and there's the meteorite. We're not doing the GBL stuff. You have to teach it Dragon Ascent using the meteorite, and then you'll be able to unlock the Mega Evolution for it. And honestly, lobby of 20 just annihilated this Rayquaza. Quite sure, I mean, there's a bunch of people over there actually, but 20 people? I'm sure there was some people floating in the sky like Rayquaza does. Come on. Oh, did you? Come on, good luck. Come on, it's not shiny, and 21-27. Master 27 would be proud of me for that number, but I'm very glad to hear somebody has picked up a 100%er. Fingers crossed they can get that caught. Of course, it's going to be bad stats and difficult to catch. One more ball. Let's give it a great throw. For the sake of it, I think the later wave of raids probably might be where we're going to strike the black shiny. Come on. Back with the 5 PM double, and this thing had outrage, which just wiped everything we had to attack it with. So we're going to find out. I did see a few shinies over there, quite a few people, in fact 2.5 lobbies worth of people here. I think 5 PM perhaps a bit more accessible compared to the other times, but literally the rewards for that were pretty dead. Not much Mega Energy because we didn't take it down very quickly, and not a shiny, and 21-35 is really bad. 4 in the first session, we should get another 4 in for this one. Okay, one more ball, come on. That didn't even give me a throw bonus. That's probably going to catch it. Yeah, there you go. I tell you, no throw bonus is the way to go. 4 XL, as you can see, dead. Fantastic. But the next one is ready to go. There's no point showing the raid battles. You know how you just tap. And 24-14 is nowhere on any scale of Rayquaza's level 20 ratio. So let's find out. 4 rare candy, which actually we're putting back into Palkia for Spatial Rend. 225 Mega Energy, that's a bit more like it. Making up the lost 25, not shiny, and 21-41. It's better than the last one. In reality, we don't really. It'd be nice to get another hundo, but cannot really complain too much. Our penultimate Rayquaza for the day. 13 people, and actually we waited for a lot of people to come and join us. There was like 4 other lobbies of peeps. So the good number of people turning out for the final raids of the day. There is 1 more to go, and I shall not say anything about the board. 200 energy, and not shiny unfortunately. 2161, 30 CP off of our lovely hundo potential. You gotta let me know in the comments, people. Was this the first time getting the shiny Rayquaza? Because it hasn't really been in raids on its own for a long time. Obviously we had the Mega for Global Go Fest last year. This is its return. Regular Rayquaza, not been featured for a fair old time. In fact, that's a second ball catch. I love that. So first chance to get some Mega Energy perhaps. Did you get something good? You can put your wins and your potential fails in the comments below. But that's an 89%er, which is going to be done and dusted. Somebody has had a shiny from this final raid, which is lovely to see, but it's the 8th Rayquaza we've managed to do today, and 2439. Now, what that's going to translate to, I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? It may very well be a non-shiny kind of day, which is just how some of these days go, unfortunately. 225, Mega Energy, and not shiny, and 2169. They were slowly getting up to the territory that we should be at, but 8 raids, no shiny, nothing fantastic. All of them have caught, except this one. The thing is, Mega Rayquaza is actually the #1 flying type raid attacker in the game, and you're going to need that when you raid Buzzwole or Pheromosa, because they're both double weak to flying, being bug fighting. This isn't the worst thing to pick up, you know, actually, as a raid counter, and also just in terms of DPS, it is top of the game. Really top of the game. So good to pick that one up. This is a really bad 93%, but they'll probably just be traded. So we're up to 3,000 plus Mega Energy. The 4 meteorites are in there. I guess the greatest thing from today was a random shiny Lickitung, which we got while driving in the car, so I couldn't be bothered to screen record it. But yeah, we have had a shiny today. So that has been Mega Rayquaza Elite Raids for the day, and to be honest, I do think there's a little bit of a somber mode. Somber, is that the right word? Somber mood towards the end. People didn't seem to be as hyped as it would be for a regular raid day, and I think that exists across all kinds of communities, etc. So people were roaming left, right and centre. Some people were doing 1 or 2, some people probably skipped it. You can let me know what you did and how you played in the comments below. Personally, for me, I think Elite Raids really need a rework, because what's the criteria that makes a gym eligible for an Elite Raid possibility? Here in Healing, it's just the fact that they used to be EX raids, whereas I've seen, as you saw, actually I'll put it up here as well, the park here in North Hall I showed earlier, where every gym is an Elite Raid possibility, I think is a little bit ridiculous. But if that's possible, how come rural communities have no Elite Raid gyms possible whatsoever? So there needs to be a rebalance, I think. Balance, Niantic's favourite word. But I will say, thank you very much to every single one of my Patreon squad. They are the reason I'm still here creating content, doing the live streams for Spot Hour, Raid Hour and much more, as well as live events. And I know I keep prattling on about this, but New York Go Fest, I'm very, very excited to be meeting a ton of you over there and hopefully getting some fantastic shinies. So that will be coming to the channel next week. Cannot wait for that. Before we go over the schedule for the coming week, I can announce that the Global Go Fest merch has been dropped. It's available across both merch stores, and we've gone for a very Mars Shadow themed logo design done by Francesco. Another amazing piece of work, so you can pick that up across both the merch stores, one for the UK and EU and one for America and Oceania. Plenty of products to go and choose from, hoodies, t-shirts, caps and whatnot. So I love this design. I think it's fantastic and very thematic of what the mythical is this year. But it's the end of the week here, so what is following up next? Well, the schedule will be Tuesday, July the 2nd, is going to be Pikachu wearing its cake hat. That's the Spot Hour, and we're going to be live streaming that, so fingers crossed for some more shiny luck on that. Then the Raid Hour is for Ho-Oh, which we'll live stream and cover that. If you want to join for Ho-Oh Raid Hour on July the 3rd, it's the 3rd, pop a comment below this video including your in-game name and your friend code. I'm going to add 10-15 people. Let's see who's interested for the rainbow shiny bird. July the 4th is when we are jetting out to New York, and there's going to be a lot of content coming from New York. We'll be live streaming, check the schedule and stuff like that, see what the shiny chase is going to be like, and I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. But if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button below, and you can go and check out either one of these videos on your screen here. Perhaps have a look back at what New York was like last year when we were chasing, well, when we got a Hundo Yveltal. Something over there. And maybe check out the last time Elite Raids were featured with Enamorous, where we also got a 100%er. I'm quite lucky on the old Legendary Raid front, let's just say that. But until the next time, do take care.